I've had a number of top loan officers who've created the mortgage coach habit, and whether they're attaching an audio file, so they're walking people through it, or a video, it takes 3 to 5 minutes to create, but I've had a lot of loan officers says it saves me time on the back end because I'm having to answer less questions 2 and 3 times. How much time or how many phone calls does Mortgage Coach save when you attach a video or an audio or just forward a Mortgage Coach report?
It's hard to quantify, but I know that I have had many instances where I've called to follow up with someone to try and get them scheduled for the follow-up call after receiving it, and the response back from the client is, I haven't been able to get my husband to sit down to watch it yet. I'll make sure that he watches it, and then as soon as he does, we'll schedule a time to get back with you, which is just the reality of life, right? So I know that it's behind the scenes saving me from that second and third conversation, and then many times it's, great, we're ready to move forward, here's our documents, instead of, well, we didn't really get it, so now can we, come in and visit again or something like that.
Beautiful. So, and part of the homework assignment I'm going to give everybody is to listen. I did a similar call to the one I'm doing right now with Josh, where we really unpacked his system in a very teachable way with Jeremy, and we walked out of that with a lot of scripts, and I've heard this over and over from mortgage coaches that are delivering mortgage coach advice, is that if it's probably not even taking me any more time on the front, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, but if I don't do it, it's costing me conversations and it's costing me deals. So my goal in this call today is to really motivate you to create this habit for each and every client. So Josh, when I put this list together to review what's a great video, you were one of the people who's, I ran it by you. I think 1 or 2 of these bullet points you actually helped add to it. But I interviewed, dozens of top-performing mortgage coach loan officers. When I say top-performing, people that are doing over $50 million a year in production, doing high volume, they have time to do this. This is what a great video looks like. And I even created a video with Coach Bill Hart. Again, it's going to be part of the homework assignment that I give you guys today to really teach you how to create a great mortgage coach video. Now, so Josh, you were part of creating this best practice checklist, and also you've watched the Bill Hart video. Is there anything that you want to kind of call out to folks to help them, one, have the motivation and the why to do it, and two, just tactically do it right? Anything you want to highlight around creating videos?
Yeah, if anybody hasn't listened to Jeremy's video that he did with you, it was fantastic, and I actually got a lot of the stuff that I do from Jeremy. I mean, I've just copied everything that I do, so. But Jeremy is a master at it, and he's been doing it longer than I. The one thing that I contributed, I think, to this list was, did I challenge and educate the client? And I may go farther there than do most, and I don't challenge them because I necessarily want to win, and I'll tell them that. I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't make any more money with you going one way or the other. I just prefer that clients challenge their thinking and belief and really look at the total costs before they make a decision, because sometimes we make a decision because that's just what somebody said or that's just what we might feel comfortable with, and we haven't really thought it through. So the bullet point on there that I call attention to is, did I challenge and educate the client? Barry Habib had a report that came out last month, I can't remember exactly when, and he mentioned that it was something like 87% of all loans right now, or some ridiculously high number, were all 30-year fixed. And then there was a report with mortgage turnover that he cited that most mortgage loans, the average mortgage loan is getting turned over in 7 years, which means that virtually all of our clients are overpaying for their mortgage. So if we know that, if that's a fact, and it's particularly a fact with my clientele, because where we get them in their career, there's a lot of upward mobility, and they're almost always moving within 5 to 7 years. So we like to really challenge their set of beliefs and give them a new set of data to really look at. And if you do that in a way where you're not trying to win, you're just trying to get them to think from a different perspective or see things from a different perspective, I think that really that really brings the client alongside of you in the journey or in the relationship. So that's one thing that I might mention to try and focus on.
Well, I mean, what you just described is how you wow people. You surpass their expectation. They didn't just get a rate quote from you and a transaction. They got an education. You know, you were a coach to them. You were a leader to them. So I can't emphasize how important it is. Also, I want to just remind everybody that the concept of showing people the total cost of a loan over time, you know, that's something that I built Mortgage Coach on, that philosophy that it's first of all, I think it's an educational responsibility. And I've evangelized that for over a decade now. And I also think it's good salesmanship. Well, the CFPB agrees, and the new GFE that's coming out next quarter, or not next quarter, but in Q2 of next year, it's requiring that you disclose the cost of a loan over 5 years. So cost of loan, cost of options over time, it's not just good selling, it's not just a great way to challenge and educate, it's a future requirement. So anybody and everybody on this call, you know, if you're not doing that today, you're going to have to tomorrow, and it's a competitive advantage if you do it and you do it well. So again, just a reminder, we've got scripts. I'm really trying to make this call actionable. So if you watch this call, you're getting ideas, and you're able to do what took Josh months in a week.